Hey guys, I'm Mike with Century 21 and the Luxuriant Real Estate team. Hey, I want to do a video showing how 2022 ended, some of the trends that were established in 2022, and then we could make some decisions on maybe how that's going to impact us this year. So I'm a little bit of a nerd, so I've got a spreadsheet here, and I know you're like, yay, spreadsheet video. But I like spreadsheets because in this case, it's going to show us some trends, and then we can make some decisions on how that might impact the year. So what I've got here is 2-year history of Utah, and over here, this column in the right shows us how long a home is on the market before it gets under contract. So it's called the days on market. And in the beginning of 2021, you can see we're at 38 days. As we come forward, we all know things got a little bit crazy. On average, things got to where they were on the market for about 20 days and keep coming forward. We were on the market on average 17 days. And then if you look the last few months after those interest rates have started climbing, the homes have been on the market a lot longer. So we have 40 days, 50 days, and 59 days. So right now, an average home that's on the market is going to be on the market for about 2 months before it sells. The other column that's interesting is just the number of homes sold each month. And so what I've done here is I've put in a little percentage column that compares what happened January this year versus January last year, and we start making some comparisons. So we can see in January 2022, the number of homes sold was down about 3% over the previous year. And then we come down and we're down 9%, and now we're down 15% in June. 20% in August. And then if you come all the way forward to November and December, we were actually down 44%. And in some counties, we were actually down 50 or 60%. So as a state view, though, down 40%. The other column that's interesting is just the average sales price of a home. What did the homes actually sell for? And again, I'm comparing January 22 versus 21 and so forth. So in January, we were actually up 26% over the previous year. And then as interest rates start climbing, we can see that number to start to fall. So by June, we're down to 14%. And then 8%, and then 6% in November, and then actually finally in December, we're flat. And again, in some counties, we've already crossed into the negative. So that's a trend to watch. We were super positive, and now we've come to zero, and then now some counties are indicating that that's going to drop to the negative. So the other thing that's interesting is this column right here, and this is the ratio of the original list price to what price they actually sold. And so back at the beginning of last year, people were listing their home about 26% over the previous year, and they were actually getting it. People got 99% of the original list price, 101% of the original list price. Again, as those interest rates start climbing, you can see this number start to fall. So in August, we're at 95% of the list price, 93% of the list price in October, 89% in November, and 92% in December. So on average, last month, the homes that sold on average were 8% overpriced from what they actually sold from. And so again, that's another indicator of things changing in the market, is when I'm listing what my neighbor sold his house for, but I'm actually selling it for a lower amount. So one thing that I like to point out to my clients here too is that right now, if you're going to do a price reduction on a house, just doing a couple $1,000s doesn't really do it, because your likelihood in this neighborhood of 5% overpriced. So you've got to be really looking at like 3 to 5% reductions versus just a couple $1,000s to get any traction on that. Like I said, this is for the entire state of Utah, and I know everyone lives in different counties, and some counties are reacting a little bit different than the state is as a whole. So if you're interested in some data that's more precise to your area, and really ultimately most people, it comes down to, well, what's my house worth? If that's something you're interested in, I'd be very happy to put that together for you and have a conversation with you around it. The other thing I want to point out is, now that we know we're on a negative trend, over the last year, the governments have all raised the prices on our property taxes. And so as things start dipping, we're going to actually see some tax valuations be higher than the actual market. So as tax notices come out, out, please reach out to me because I can start getting you some comparable data that we could actually fight some of those property values and get your tax burden down a little bit. So anyway, guys, if there's anything I can do to help you, if you want more information or information that's more specific to your home specifically, give me a call. I'm always happy to help. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.